A very good afternoon to all of you who are listening to us. We are on the final day. This is a fantastic Sunday for the Pirelli Malaysia Superbike Championship happening right here at the Sepang track in Malaysia. And we are at the South track there, over 2.6 kilometer circuit. And if you know Sepang track, the whole of Sepang track is 5.54 kilometers, but we're using half the southern part. We are actually on race 2 of the Superstock A and B. Today over 24 laps. This is race 2 because race 1 was held yesterday. But you know what's happening out on the track? Well, it's hot. It's sweltering, it's really scorching hot. Maybe track temperature could be very, very near the 50 degrees Celsius, whereas the ambient temperature in the shade would be about 36, 37, right? But track temperature might probably be a little higher than that. But anyway, now, so we've got Harmi and me, Jesse here, just about to give you live action that's going to happen on the track.
And yes, and again, a very warm welcome to all of you to Sepang International Circuit. Good afternoon. And it's beautiful Sunday, I might say. It's 36.8 degrees Celsius out there. It's quite warm for all riders, but it is a very good weather for racing, Jesse.
Absolutely.
And this is Superstock Race 2 we are watching now. And this is the first order for the day. We have yes, this is the layout of the track. The south part of the track with 2.609 kilometer with total of 8 corners. This is where, if you look at overall of the track, where from turn 8, 9 to turn 14, coming straight to turn 15. So we are using this part of the track for the race for the Pirelli Malaysia Superbike Championship. And then we have a couple of new races, new category this year. This is the first round, of course. We are also having the new KTM RC1 make race, and that we will also be watching it live today, later on today. As per now, let's concentrate on the Superstock Race 2.
Right, we've got 22 bikes that are now taking their places on the grid. Very, very hot. We can see the umbrellas out there. And we've got pole position on row number 1 is Jonathan Serapika of Switzerland, riding the number 46, or 48 rather. And then alongside him, we've got Nasruddin Mat Yusof. Incidentally, Nasruddin riding bike number 52, won race 1 yesterday. And alongside him, in third place on the grid, is number 46, Keith Parrott.
That's the first 3 riders first on the grid, where Nasruddin Mat Yusof won the race yesterday with BMW S1000RR, beating Keith Parrott in second place and Jonathan Serapika, the pole sitter, in third place. We look at this second row. Then we have in the second row we have Dominic Chang, bike number 31, Adib Ali, bike number 8, fifth on the grid, and 85, number 85, sixth on the grid is Dato Ahmad Abbas.
All right, now we are looking at third row, we've got number 89, Jamalul Tarmizi. 8th on the grid is Razali Masood, 34. And 9th on the grid is number 88, Adib Zulfadli.
And we have 8 rows altogether, 22 riders on the grid. Then we we'll look at once again riders on the track. But we look at the results yesterday where Nasaruddin Matnusop won the race, beating Keith Parrott and Jonathan Sarapika, even though Sarapika was on the pole sitter in the first race. Beating the BMW, beating the two Yamahas R1 second and third.
And Harvey, when you look at the way the race one went, it must have been it was definitely a terrific fight, because looking at the way it ended, only about 2.5 seconds separated the first two. So Nasaruddin just sort of nipped it in front of Keith Parrott.
It was a very close race, of course, yesterday, and it was, and later on in the Super Sports Championship, the race was red flag on lap 12 due to heavy showers. So we are hoping that we're going to have a clear weather today. As we look outside, it looks like we're going to have a good race, a good weather for the race. As you can see on the screen, it's rather very clear here in Sepang
but you know, being Sepang weather, it can be beautiful at 12 noon or at about 12:30, but things will change at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, sometimes people ask how the weather will be, and it will be difficult for the because of it can change at any time. Super Stocks A and B, we are watching it live here in Sepang Circuit. Welcome once again to Sepang International Circuit. We are using only the half part of the track, on the south part of the track, and we are waiting for the race. The first race to start today is the Super Stock A and B. Both classes in Super Stock, both groups will be starting simultaneously and in one race. So we're gonna have a cracking race, of course, because we have a lot of riders on the grid right now, and all eyes will be on Nasaruddin Matnusop, of course, for winning the race one yesterday. But Sarapika and Keith Parrott also with their Yamaha R1 are not very far behind in race one yesterday.
Absolutely right, Harmi, because looking at the way Jonathan Sarapika ended in third spot yesterday in race one, he was also just about 1 second behind Keith Parrott, who took the second spot. So it can be done. Looking at what's going to be expected, I would say I'd agree with you completely, Harmi. It's going to be a cracker of a race, because it's going to be whoever has made it here this Sunday. I think the introduction, the first race for today is the Super Stock A and B. It will be a very, very good race. And as you heard Harmi talk about the two categories, we've got the Super Stock A and the Super Stock B. So two categories riding together. 1 minute board has just been displayed, and we are just about to see them take around for the warm-up lap.
Yes, 24 laps altogether, and not to forget, we also will have the Superbike Championship, and then the Super Sports Championship, the KTM RC Cup, and Open 250cc Cup also today. So 5 classes all together waiting for you this lovely Sunday evening, I must say, here in the Sepang Circuit. We are about to start the formation lap for the Superstock Race 2 for the Superstock A and B. Look at the front row. The number 48 is Jonathan Sarapika. The 52 is Nasaruddin Matnusop, and the famous bike number 46, the same color of Valentino Rossi. That is Keith Parrott, of course.
That's right. Well, I was just when we looked at them preparing the bikes in the pitch, I was taken aback, of course, when I saw 46 and all colors. It was Valentino Rossi, actually, except that Valentino Rossi was not there.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bikes are already on the track, moving around for the warm-up lap, and things are definitely on track for another super race. And those who have made it here would definitely not be disappointed as we wait for the race to begin. Very, very quickly, we will definitely take you through the race, and it's over 24 laps. And as you heard Harmi talking also about the other races, the KTM RC race, the super bikes. I love the bikes, the super bikes, and of course we've got the Open 250. All going to happen this afternoon.
Yes, this is another um, year of Malaysian Superbike Championship. Started way back, if I'm not mistaken, in 2003 here in the south part of the track. And at that time was known as Malaysian Super Series. So this is where the Malaysian and also non-Malaysian riders that will compete against each other in a very interesting and also very challenging high-class racing here in Sepang circuit.
Well, the bikes have already come. They're taking the grids. Red flag is there as the bikes get into their grid positions perfectly, and then it will be under starters orders. 24 laps.
24 laps, and as yesterday, how Nasaruddin, well, he dominated the race yesterday, but how close were Keith Parrott and Salapika behind him. I must say that the first row, the first group on Jonathan, Salapika, Keith Parrott and Nasaruddin, they were leading the race from the very beginning. So we are waiting whether the same feat happened again in this race.
All right, it's just about to the start of the race. Oh, we just saw definitely the 40, was it? Well, they just went on a bit of a wheelie. They got up and they've got off to a fantastic start right down the straight. A bit of a right turn before they pull up short for the first slowest part of the circuit here, which is a right-hander. It's a happen, and they are well over the handlebars and going into preparing for turn 8, actually turn 9, and that's in the main circuit. And we saw number 46, Keith Parrott, getting into the lead.
Yeah, he was number 89, in fact, Jamalul Tarmizi, who had a good start and is still leading the race, with Keith Parrott following right behind. And all when we were watching the top 3 riders, and suddenly there was bike number 89, had a good start. Came out from the first corner leading the race, and it looks like it's number 89 Jamalullah Tarmizi set the fastest time in sector 1, 54.882 seconds, leaving Jonathan Salapika in second place. And there you go, that's the confirmation of Jamalullah Tarmizi, and that's a battle between bike number 48 and 46. That is Salapika now just right in front of Keith Parrott, with Razali Masood in 4th place, and where is bike number 52 down to 9th in the race order right now.
Well, I didn't really expect Nasaruddin to go right down, right? Even though we're just about to complete the first lap, we've got 23 more laps to go. But looking at the way Jamalul is doing, he's doing really well. He came on 4th yesterday in race 1.
Yeah, he's leading the race with fastest time in the first lap. It looks like he has almost a second in front of Keith Parrott and Jonathan Salapika. But a bit of moment for bike number 48. Yeah, that is Salapika, because Keith Parrott now second right behind Jamalullah Tarmizi and pushing him really hard. So far we had a good race until now, and there you go, the lap number 2 with still. And from the outside, here comes Keith Parrott from the outside of turn 1, and right there, great move there by Keith Parrott.
Beautiful move, because we did see Keith Parrott, obviously a bit of late braking, and he went in front of Jamalul, and that's how Keith Parrott really moved and is now in first place. So we'll have to see whether Jamalul has got that fight, and we'll see whether it's going to develop into a better fight, because already Keith Parrott is building up a bit of a lead right now. And whether or not, well, we can see and hope to see Jamalul will definitely close the gap.
Yeah, meanwhile we have Nasaruddin who set clock the fastest time in the previous lap, 1 minute 05.323 seconds, up 7. So he's making his move right now, but he's still around 3.3 seconds behind Jamalullah, leading the race, and just completed his third lap with Keith Parrott right now leading the race with 1 minute 05.150 seconds. That is officially the fastest time on the track, and Nasaruddin now climbed to 5th after lap 3
think it's developing into a pretty good battle right now because looking at where the Keith Parrott, he is lapping about 105.150, whereas Jamalul is 106.
I think behind this is Nasruddin back BMW. This is now is currently fifth place, 3.8 seconds behind the Parrot with 0.6 seconds behind Adib Zulfadli. He had a chance to be in fourth or third, but to win the race, well, he has 3.8 seconds for him to get his Parrot.
And when you think about it, I think, you know, I mean, yes, we've got Muhammad Iqbal, number 90. He's definitely being penalized. He's got to ride through penalty. But looking at the way...
Jump start,
right? Yeah. But looking at Nasruddin, the man on race 1, he is in 5th place. He is about 5.3 seconds behind. But, well, we've still got about, what, 20 laps more to go. Is there time? I believe there is time because the weather is superb. The track is so dry. And right now, as the tires are getting hot, I think speeds will be okay.
But I think because the Parrot is getting faster, he clocked 1:04.517 seconds in the previous lap.
Right.
He's the only one keeping below 1:05, and with that speed and with him racing there alone, and he can do that speed alone. Now he's 5.3 seconds in front of Nasruddin. That is quite far, I must say. Quite a challenge climb, mountain climb for Nasruddin Yusuf right now. So let's take a look at Jonathan Sarapika in second place. Let's win 2.8 seconds. In fact, now the lead has been increased by 2.8 seconds between Parrot and Sarapika, with Jamalul now down to third, around 2.3 seconds behind Sarapika and 5.1 seconds behind Parrot.
Looking at the statistics right now, we did see Jonathan clock below 1.06, but they are the only two, Jonathan and Keith Parrott. Keith leading, Jonathan in second spot, clocking below 106, whereas Jamalul, we felt for a little while he probably would be able to do it, but he's not as consistent at this very moment because his best lap time was 1:06.435.
That's the confirmation for Muhammad Iqbal jump start. So he has to go to right to penalty for bike number 90. Bike number 90. We are looking or watching at bike number 89. That is Jamalul. Now look how close it is. Nasruddin Yusuf right behind Jamalul Darmisi. Now they are only around, I think, less than a second between them. Now there's a chance for Nasruddin make his move in the straight line coming to the first corner, and he's now currently in front of Jamalul Tarmizi. Nasruddin now is in third place, but 6.2 seconds, 6 seconds behind Keith Parrott. So looking good for Keith Parrott right now with 18 laps to go. He is 2.3 seconds in front of Jonathan Sarapika. As you said, he's dipping below 106 all the time. In fact, I watched just now the last 3 laps was 105 before this, and 104, now 105 in the previous lap. So he's looking a good time, and he's increasing his speed in front of Jonathan Sarapika and Nasruddin Yusuf.
Well, I think with about 18 laps to go, I think barring any other problems, I would think that Nasruddin would be making a further impression. And he's already in third spot, and Jonathan may be about, well, a couple of seconds in front of Nasruddin, maybe about 3 seconds. I think he would be able to close the gap.
Yeah, Nasruddin is just clocking the fastest time, 1:04.512, 4.7 seconds behind his Parrott, and he's closing the gap right now. We have 17 laps to go. So still hope for Nasruddin, even though, like I said, it's mountain to climb, but nothing is impossible in racing. And Jamalul, incidentally, he's in Super Stock B, so he's leading the Super Stock B because the top 3 from Super Stock A, then 5th is Adib Ali, also in Super Stock A, until by 11th place, and Super Stock B. Second place is Lee Wai Hong, 12th in the overall, bike number 9. But looking back at the top 3, it is a good Nasruddin Mat Yusuf. Only that he had a very slow start at the early part of the race.
Right, right. But anyway, looking at 16 laps more to go, I think he's got time. And of course, as we always believe in the old adage, nothing is over until it's over. So we've got 16 laps, and looking at the way he's moving, I think he's doing 104, 104.818.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to Keith Barrett, because I think even Sarapika is catching up on him now in 0.9 seconds between these two riders, bike number 46 and 48. So, and Nasruddin also catching up at 4.3 seconds behind Keith Barrett, 3.3 seconds in fact behind Sarapika. So it's going to be again, just like yesterday, it's going to be very close between the top three riders, two Yamahas and one BMW.
Right, and I really believe that I can't even say whether Keith is pacing himself, because you're looking at 24 laps, you're trying to maintain and manage your machine. Track conditions are superb, dry, so it's going to be great to see how things are going to end.
Yeah, someone just received a black flag out there.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure who's the rider, but because we had one rider who for right to penalty in ride number 90.
90.
Yeah, he has 3 laps to do, so if not, he will be disqualified. And
Right.
Still,
He's still in 17th spot, huh?
Might be for him. We're not really sure.
What do you say? You can't disregard. If you're shown your number, black flag, you must come in. Yes, you must come in.
So let's take a look at in front right now. Bike number 46 and 48, only 0.3 seconds separating Keith Barrett and Jonathan Sarapika, whereby this is again a battle between Jamal Lyle, Adib Zulfadli, Adib Zulfadli, yes, and Adib Ali, if I'm not mistaken, by number 89, 88, and number 8. But right in front there, that's only 0.3 seconds, as you can see now, between these two riders. So, and in fact, Nasruddin Mat Yusuf just got the fastest time in sector 1, and he's 3 seconds behind Barrett and 2.7 seconds behind Sarapika. 15 laps to go.
Still got time, Harmay. I believe there is still time. In this case, it's not a sprint. You're not talking about 2 laps, 3 laps. You're talking about 24 laps. So I believe that Nasruddin is in with a superb chance. Looking at the way he's been racing, he's been doing 104 quite consistently. 104.332. And looking on the screen, they are really so close.
That's a back marker, and that will be a problem for the front runners. And this is a good chance for Barrett, of course. And we have all 3 riders now in the frame. We have Keith Barrett, Jonathan Sarapika, and Nasruddin Mat Yusuf. All of them in the frame, and that shows how close it is between the top 3 riders. The top 3 riders, and right now it's only 1.8 seconds between Nasruddin and Keith Barrett. And in fact, Nasruddin just said actually just now in the fastest time on the track.
Well, looking at the consistency of laps, Nasruddin, number 52, the man who won race 1, is really performing extremely well, because he's been doing 104 very, very consistently. As you mentioned, Keith Barrett still 105. He has not at all performed so well. So that's why the gap is closing. Keith Barrett still leading from Jonathan Sarapika, and in third spot is Nasruddin Mat Yusuf.
Just wondering how long can Keith Barrett pass or stand in front, because it really shows that how Sarapika is pushing him really hard by the 2 Yamaha R1, and look out for that BMW behind there. Slowly but surely now trying to get in front of Sarapika, but Sarapika closing down and still maintain. He's still Barrett, Sarapika, and Nasruddin first, second, and third. But look how close it is now. How close it is with 13 laps to go. I'm so sorry, because I did say just now that he is a mountain to climb for Sarapika, while the mountain is not that high for Nasruddin right now, because he is just right in front of the top 2 riders. In fact, number 48 just making his move. Sarapika in the long straight line, making his move, coming to the first corner with Muhammad Iqwan. Been black flag. That is confirmation. Bike number 90, which used to go out for the right penalty, I guess. And he has been black flag. Bike number 90. And in front, it's still, we have a new leader in Jonathan Sarapika. Keith Barrett in second place right now. Then Nasruddin Mat Yusuf in third place. And all of them less than a second between. But that's a back marker, and there's a
Seven,
problem
number seven.
here for
Muhammad
Nasaruddin.
Najib, yeah, yeah. So, but looking at the psychology of it, when you are a front runner and you're trying to break away, you may feel good. But when you see you're being chased and you're being caught, you're ready.
Back number 43 here, as a moment he's lost his control around track one, and then now this is Nasaruddin is trying to take advantage to be in front of Keith Barrett. Again, Keith Barrett made that mistake in the same place, and now we have Nasaruddin in second place right now, in front of Keith Barrett. Keith Barrett not only lost his lead, but is down to third. With Nasaruddin 1.5 seconds behind Sarabhi.
Maybe, Ravi is not too happy with that right-hander. He's made a couple of mistakes going too wide and allowing the others to take him from the inside. Right? But anyway, looking at the way things are so far, it's been extremely exciting with 11 laps more to go. And Jonathan Sarapika of Switzerland, number 48, is in the lead just by 1.5 seconds. But look at the progress of the winner of race 1, Nasaruddin Mat Yusuf, number 52. He's done an extremely fine race at the moment. But we've got Keith Barrett. Don't give up on him yet, because he's in third spot, and he's just 1.82 seconds behind Nasaruddin. So anything can happen, really.
That lap to go, but it looks like Sarapika with Nasaruddin again set the fastest time, 1:04.262 seconds. So Nasaruddin is going faster and trying to catch Sarapika with Keith Barrett now losing a little bit, 2.9 seconds behind. And that's Nasaruddin is making his move. Nasaruddin is already making his move, and he's leading the race right now. Bike number 2 is in front of bike number 48.
Oh, wow, what a move by Nasaruddin. As we did say, he was just building up, probably biding his time, pacing his, planning his race, I think. And Nasaruddin is now in the lead, because I thought Jonathan Sarapika was also riding extremely well. But looking at the lap time of Nasaruddin, he's clocked 1:04.262, the fastest lap time so far.
That's a fantastic race for Nasaruddin. He had a great start, and he was down to 9 in lap 1, but is now leading the race with that 9 laps to go, but almost around 0.6 seconds only in front of Jonathan Sarapika.
Yes, it's still very, very close, but looking further down, the leading stock B is number 89, Jamalul, and I think he's doing very well then to hold his category, with the second man would be number 7, Hamdan Ahmad, riding B category. But looking further up now, Jonathan Sarapika's last lap was 1:07, so he's slowed down.
Yes, it's side by side between Nasaruddin and Sarapika. But almost at one time that Sarapika had a chance to get from the inside of Nasaruddin, but Nasaruddin is plays very well, closing the door every time coming to a corner. And this is once again a long straight line. This is where between the Yamaha and the BMW now in the long straight line, how fast the BMW in front, with Nasaruddin now leading, and trying to get from the inside is Sarapika. But once again, it proves that a long straight line, we can see the advantage on Nasaruddin Mat Yusuf, who had the speed, who have the advantage. But even in the previous lap, we have Sarapika was the fastest among the top 3 with 1:04.733 seconds.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, and I thought Jonathan was doing pretty well. But looking also at the layout of this 2.6 kilometers circuit, there are a couple of great places where you could overtake, you could even turn on the power, and the BMW definitely has that torque and able to pull away. So with Nasaruddin doing a pretty fine job, just keeping himself ahead of Jonathan Sarapika. But looking at even at the lap times, Jonathan has set another 1:04.733 as opposed to Nasaruddin's 1:05.029. And that's pretty significant, because if Jonathan can keep consistently doing 1:04.678, it will cause Nasaruddin quite a lot of problems.
Yes, indeed. We have 7 laps to go. Think about the difference between Nazaruddin and Jonathan, not that far, less than a second, in fact less than half a second
Yeah.
between them. So they are very close, right behind of Nazaruddin. But the long straight line has always been a little bit of advantage for Nazaruddin, that's where he gained the speed, he gained the time on the long straight line. So we'll see again with 7 laps to go whether he can maintain this, whether tire degradation will play a part. We are not really sure. We have to wait and see. Now, as in now, in front there we still have Nazaruddin much leading the race with Jonathan Sarapika in second place, 0.4 seconds behind, 2.7 seconds behind Nazaruddin is Barrett.
Well, looking at the upping the ante, I must say, because we've got 7 laps more to go, and Nazaruddin and Jonathan really going hammer and toe. They're very close. It's good with anybody. If they are close enough, they could be in for a run to the wire. As you can see on the inside, now we've got Jonathan taking.
A bit wide.
No, he went wide. He went a little too hard into the corner, went wide, and Nazaruddin just took him on the inside. Beautiful maneuver, but you must also say the guts of Jonathan.
This is a real battle between the 2 riders from P1. As you can see just now that Nazaruddin trying to make sure that he's in front there and protect his line very well. Sarapika did have his chance, he's coming from the inside, but overshot because he went to the corner too fast. Nazaruddin got back to his place. So he's still the top 2. And Tong, as you say, there between these 2 riders, Nazaruddin and Jonathan Sarapika. As you can see that Keith Barrett, well, he's slowly still there, but it's really between Nazaruddin and Jonathan Sarapika in race 2 with 5 laps to go.
Looking at the way Keith Barrett, he's already done a 104. And looking at what's happening right now, oh my God, we've got Jonathan going on the inside into that, what do you call, hairpin, and he's nipped in front of Nazaruddin. What a fantastic race so far with just 5 laps more to go. And Nazaruddin is right to take the lead again, going into turn 9, went a bit wide, and Jonathan has retaken the lead.
He's still braking for Nazaruddin, and once again Sarapika regained his place, and it's been fantastic over this 1 lap, changing the leader, especially in the first corner, because as you can see, you have the speed coming through the first corner and to the right-hander. That seems to be a problem for Nazaruddin, where in braking coming to the first corner, and that's where Jonathan Sarapika had an advantage, and once again they are now in the long straight line. And as you can see, Nazaruddin now closing the gap.
Well, you know what it is about the speed. It's, you may have the speed, but can you handle the speed? And looking at now we've got Jonathan still going into the hairpin area, and we've got Nazaruddin trying to close the gap. No, it's still Jonathan who has managed to, I think, protect his line and managed to prevent Nazaruddin. But Nazaruddin is going to try and take it right now. Not close enough. It's still Jonathan here, off second man, Nazaruddin, the winner of race 1. And it's been so far. We did promise you a cracker of a race, and it is so far. Jonathan, lap time, just the last lap was 1:04, whereas Nazaruddin did 1:05. So looking at the consistent lap times, well, that is definitely going to have a pretty impact on the race right now, as we're going to coming to the closing stages with just 4 laps remaining, and Nazaruddin is definitely not going to give up because he's stuck right behind Jonathan Sarapika.
That's going to have a chance. He's right behind, trying to get the right momentum, the right advantage, so he's going to get from the inside of Jonathan Sarapika. There's a real battle happening in front there between Sarapika and Nazaruddin. Here we go again, then with Keith Barrett be behind 6 seconds.
Yeah,
so it's safe to say it's between Sarapika and Nazaruddin right now with 3 laps to go. It looks like Sarapika, who this time, like you say, protect his lead very well. Every time they come to a corner, and he knows how to maintain
his racing line to make sure that he has advantage in front. Close the door, close the door very well, not allowing Nasaruddin Yusuf to come in from the inside. But still, we have 3 laps to go and 0.2 seconds only separating between these two riders.
Well, I believe that with well, 2.5 laps remaining, anything can really happen because Nasaruddin has just to bide his time because he's got that speed. He has to just close the gap as he's trying to do right now, passing and coming up to just the last 2 laps. Whether or not the back marker is going to prevent him from getting closer, it does appear to be so, but we've got Jonathan trying to get clean away with just about, well, 1.5 or maybe 1¾ lap remaining. But looking at Nasaruddin, he is definitely not going to let him go. But he's got a back marker in front.
He's not going to be happy with that because now he's stuck behind a back marker. We have to let him go. And then now he's back behind Serapika. Well, you can see now the gap has been increased because of the back marker. We still have around 1.5 laps to go. Coming to this last corner for Serapika. Look at the speed of Nasaruddin Yusuf when coming to the straight line, and he's now gaining back his speed, gaining back and trying to get very close behind Serapika coming to the first corner. And I believe we have a lap to go. This is the last lap of the race. The last lap of the race and the last chance for Nasaruddin Yusuf and for Serapika trying to protect his lead. Barring anything happen, but still very hard to say because of still very close between Nasaruddin and Serapika.
Well, great race, I must say, coming into the final lap, and we've got Nasaruddin. Doesn't appear close enough, but whether or not he can open, because the horsepower, the speed of the BMW is definitely going to tell. But I think Jonathan Serapika is definitely worried because the BMW is now taking him now.
Yeah, trying to get on the inside, but late braking once again. Trying to push very hard on Serapika. Serapika is protecting his side very well. Once again from the outside. Here comes Nasaruddin from the outside. Here is in front of Serapika right now. Coming few corners to go. We are on the last lap coming to the straight line. To the finishing line. He is between side by side. Between the two riders, and it looks like Serapika.
Yes, yes.
What a glance it was Nasaruddin, but
what
Serapika.
a race! What a race! I thought it was just probably half a tire, or was it just a little bit? And I thought Nasaruddin nicked it, but no. Jonathan just
by
kept
inch,
going.
I think by inch. Yeah, it's thousands of seconds in front, and it was really an epic battle between these two riders. So side by side, coming on from the last corner, and it looks like at one time it's Nasaruddin had to race because of the speed of his bike, but coming to the checkered flag, it was when Serapika just nicked a little bit, an inch or so in front of Nasaruddin Yusuf, but thousands of seconds in front. So we have Jonathan Serapika winning the race 2 of Superstock for Superstock A, with Nasaruddin Yusuf in second place and his parent completing the podium for Superstock A. For Superstock B, we have Jamal Tarmizi with 6th overall, so he'll be on top of the podium with Hamdan Ahmad in second place, bike number 7, and Pang Kim Moon in the third place. That's the first race of the day.
Superb show.
We still have 4 more races to go, and by the look of it, we're gonna have a fantastic race weekend here in Sabah.
I agree with you. We'll take a break.
Yeah, this is the official result. We have Jonathan Serapika winning the race, and look at the time there. 26 minutes 10.007 seconds as Nasaruddin Yusuf in second place, 26 minutes 0. Only by 0.13 seconds behind Serapika, as you can see, with Keith Parrott in third place, that completing the podium for Superstock A. Superstock B, we will look at Superstock B. Is Jamalullah Tarmizi, who finished the race in 6th place overall. He
he will be on the top of the podium for Super Stock B. There you go with Hamdan Ahmad in second place, Kampang Kim Moon completing the podium for Super Stock Race B bike number 47. That's the first race, first order of the day, and we already have full of drama on the track. It's really a battle between the top three riders, as we predicted early on before the race. Even though we had Jamal Lyle, who surprised everybody by being in front, but then after that we saw how Sarapika, Nasaruddin, and Keith Parrott, they were battling hard. And at one time, Keith Parrott had an advantage of more than 3 seconds, in fact 4 seconds in front of the Sarapika and Nasaruddin. But what a race for Nasaruddin.
And you know something, I mean, because when you think about it, looking at the complexion of the race, I thought for a while Keith Parrott had it in him. He had the lap times, and he started very well. And for some reason or other, it probably be his down to his inconsistency of his inability to maintain that kind of pace throughout the 24 laps. And when I thought for a little while, midway through the race, when he fell back, I thought he found it again and that he was trying to up the pace and probably lap times just below 1:05, but it didn't work out that way. And the battle then was happening way out in front, just about 6 to 8 seconds in front of him between Jonathan and Nasaruddin. What a great, fantastic race it was. I must say that. With Keith Parrott not able to challenge both of them, had to settle for third spot, 10 seconds adrift. A good win for Jonathan. He probably will be thinking of this race for a very long time. And I bet you he and Nasaruddin will be sitting down and having a good laugh at the way things could have been.
Yes, but again, for Nasaruddin, who almost win his second race for the weekend. He won yesterday.
Yes.
With Parrott he was in second place, and we know that this is the top three. How they can really have a battle between them. But as you can see, it's very warm out there, and the track temperature is 36.7 degrees Celsius. So it's how you maintain your tire, how you make sure that you have the speed and the grip coming to throughout the 24 laps, in fact, sorry, 24 laps.
Yeah.
So this is how that really matters on a track. And then I think that Nasaruddin and Sarapika did very well in managing their tires and their machine for them to be in the top two of the race.
Fully endorsed there, Harmy, even looking at the way Sarapika ended the race one in third spot. So
Yeah.
he definitely showed a lot of improvement in race two. To win the race and just win by what? Skin? By 3 centimeters? I don't know, but it looked that close. Well done to the riders. Fantastic.
Talk. A and B. This is, I think, the Super Stock A. Yeah, Super Stock Class A. Yes. We have 5 winners altogether on the podium. In the top 3, Sarapika Parrott. That is Keith Parrott. Yes, in third place, and in second place is. And Sarapika, and that's the winner. In second place is Nasaruddin Mat Yusof. I'm so sorry. Nasa in second place, and Sarapika won the race today. It's Adib Ali fifth, and we have a rider in fourth place is Adib Zulfatli bin Roslan, and in third place is Keith Parrott. And Nasaruddin Mat Yusof, yeah, we have to settle in second place. Jonathan Sarapika won the fantastic race of Super Stock Race 2 right before this.
to see that they surely know how to have fun and how